Hi there, Tripp Isenhour, Rex Hoggard. We're going to talk about a very special place, Pebble Beach, golf links. Just one of the prettiest places. I mean, you've had the pleasure of being there. I've played there. I've played in this event. Just a special place. I mean, really, the first time you see it, words don't do it justice, does it?
It really does. And I played there for my honeymoon, so that shows you how dedicated I was. Yeah, and we're still married.
Still married.
Wow, I know that's probably shocking. Who was your partner? Just out of curiosity. Did you have a regular partner?
I had a couple. I had Randall Mays. I had the guy that started Yahoo, Jerry Yang, one year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, great partners. I've had great partners. I had a couple other. Funny story. I'll tell you a funny story. I was paired with David Moreland, who was my other pro. Okay, and he was paired with Andrew Chang. Started Panda Express. Okay, so we've all eaten at Panda Express. Great food. And we were last off of 10 that morning at Poppy Hills. Last off of 1, excuse me. Last group off of 1. First group off of 10 was Tiger Woods, Mark O'Meara, Ken Griffey Jr., and Tiger's buddy that he played with every year.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I told my partner, Randall Mays, I said, look, let me explain something to you. We're getting ready to have 50,000 people that don't give a flying flip about watching us play golf. Okay, and I said, Tiger Woods is going to be on every tee watching you hit balls, and he does not care. He does not care he's not going to be watching you. So get that out of your mind. Just don't be self-conscious about it. And Dave Moreland did not tell his partner, Andrew. And we're standing on the tee, and right then Andrew looks at me. He goes, Tripp, my goodness, there's a bunch of people out here, because the first hole is completely lined with people. And, you know, we're
all out there to see you.
All out there to see us. And he goes, man, why are all these people? And as soon as he said that, Tiger Woods walks onto the tee through the gallery up from the thing. And I swear I've never seen a person go flush completely. Like he lost all blood in his body. It looked like it left him. Anyway, Andrew is not the best golfer. Self-made guy, great business guy. But he hit every one of those people on that 9 holes. I think he was 100%. He hit every one of them. He could not. It was hilarious. And then of course we get over 10 and there's nobody.
Nobody's there. then everything comes down. I love that story from a competitive standpoint. What stands out in your mind over the course of your career? There's something you've watched or actually having played there.
Well, what gets me about Pebble is what you don't realize, the size of the greens. They are very, very tiny.
That one especially.
Oh, especially. And you know, I luckily never had a big wind playing the 7th
Number
hole.
7, by the way.
Yeah. I think the most club I ever hit was a pitching wedge. It was into a little bit of wind, but I've heard guys hit 4-irons there. I can't imagine that. I can't imagine that. But anyway, the size of the green, the slope of the greens, and it's a wonder why Tiger Woods has played so well there in the course of his career, because the imagination and the lines that you have to take on some of the putts, and I go back to when he won by 15 shots in the U.S. Open there. Some of the putts he hit, like on the 11th hole, come to mind, where he took a lot of break out of it and it went right in the middle. If it hadn't, it would have rolled down off the green into the fairway. But he didn't care. And that's one of the reasons why he plays. That's one of the reasons why Jordan Spieth has played well there historically as well, winning there. Now, the last 2 years, a different Jordan Spieth. Yeah. But that leads me to a conversation about Jordan Spieth.
Certainly his aggressive putting style, which is where Tiger was in 2000 when he won that U.S. Open. I don't know how aggressive Jordan is anymore with his putting. I certainly don't know where he's at with his driving. I was at Torrey Pines. I watched the frustration. I watched the things that he was trying to work on with his swing coach, and there doesn't seem to be an answer anywhere in the near future. And you hate to say that. Look, he is one of the most popular players on the PGA Tour, from someone that I carry a notebook for a living to talk to about golf and all things golf.
Yeah.
He's at the top of everybody's list. And you watch this, and you continue to watch this spiral go down and down and down, and it's not easy to watch.
No.
I mean, when you think about where he was just a few short seasons ago, and how I know the way these things can compound, but I've never seen it quite to this level with a player at his level, where you end up being on top of the world 1 year, 3 years later. You're looking at the top 50 in the world and trying to figure out how you're going to qualify for some events.
I agree with you. And it needs no further than the driver. I mean, the guy can still chip and putt. But you've said this, Rex, and I know you still believe this. You can lose your swing, your confidence, but you never lose talent.
Yeah, I don't think he's lost talent. He's certainly lost his confidence.
Yes, with the driver.
with the driver, and I think
it bleeds into other things.
And I think he took some hits with his short game last year. But I think watching him at Torrey Pines, I do think he's come out of that, where he's back to that aggressive putting stroke that you talked about that leads so well. And you never know. I mean, he's had great results at Pebble Beach, and he's also got some scar tissue from the last few years. You can point to a lot of places like that, but you'd like to think eventually he turns it around. But I think he's still closer to the bottom right now than he is to recovery.
I agree, and I look at a couple of stats. I mean, when he's hitting around 50% of the fairways, I mean, he's hitting less than 50% of the fairways. He cannot play like that. He can't. You know, a Rory can do that. A DJ can do that. Even though they don't, they're around 55, 56%. But they can get away with missing fairways because they're going to be 30 yards ahead of them or 20 yards ahead of them. And that from the rough, you can still get it on the green. From where Jordan is, he can't. The short game is not good enough. Well, here's the one thing. Short game was good enough to have him compete at Bethpage and be in contention, not driving the ball well on that golf
couple
course.
rounds.
And then in Korea, his short game got him a top 10 there. He drove it awful.
Yeah.
And so that can still elevate him to still do that. So if he can just get a driver or a shot that he can put in the fairway, and who knows, it might. Here's what Henrik Stenson did under similar circumstances.
3-wood?
He went to the 3-wood.
Yeah.
And Henrik's the best.
It's an atomic 3-wood that, it was.
Well, it was, but it got him back. It got his confidence back. And I think Jordan might want to do that. I know Brad Faxon was famous for that. He would always back down to a club he felt like he could get in the fairway because he wasn't the best driver in the game.
Well, and I remember looking back, and if we consider just a few years ago when Jordan was in full flight and the things that he was doing well, even then, in my mind, it was tenuous. That you looked at what he was able to do. He's so many 20, 25 footers, and that's just not sustainable. And I think this is the extreme of what you worried about happening on the other side. I didn't expect him to lose his driving quite this far. No. I expect a fall, not quite this far.
Yeah. Well, we hope he gets back, and hope he gets back this week at Pebble Beach. We'll see. Be sure to log on to YouTube and subscribe to our channel if you like what you see. He's Rex. I'm Tripp. It's Pebble.